Aritia koshanati komatia koyenatai kimatia koyenatia koshanata. Oi kanato yamatia koshanatia koyenatai koyenitia motoye kishinitia kianataya. Asho kia koyenatia koyenatia matshayanatia. Ai koshiniti akoyanataya koyanati akianata shiniti akoyanati akonati akoshinati akoyanataya koyanati ayakoyanataya koyanati akoshi kianati akoyanataya komati akoyanati ayokayanati akoyanati akonoyiti ako ashiako Aya inati akoyaniti akoyanatai akoyanatai ayokoyaniti akoyanatai akoyaniti ashi ayokoye ayanati akoyanatai akoshanatai akoyaniti ayokoyaniti akoyanatai akoyanati ayogea Ayonitia, oyenitia, 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 oyenataya, oyenitia, kashanitia, ayo, oki, a, inate, a, aya, koyeniti. Kia netokoyetia kototayetia totoyatea toyotoye kia initia koshunitia koniatia kototoyeti titi korinitia no totoitia natia ko. Aikia koyenatia totoye kia na totoye kina tae toyiti o oyekea. Ayekia natia koyiti aki natoisi I anotoyo koyeniti kanotoyeki akoyenitashi iaka. Aikia no tui ke aina tae ko shanata e ako ina tae ko mai ina tae ko I te aka ina tae ko I au shia ka inite au shia ki inite aka inite au shiniti ako inite mai ake au ina tae au e ke aina te ako ina te ako shunu tui ke ana tae Oye arene te ashoto ye atoya. Ayokoshi. Ayokoshi netea konoto ye ke ayanoto ya mate ayokoya nata. Ayosho ye niti. Ayokoshi niti amaya ke anoto ye natia shanata. Oye natia mokoya sha. Oye shianata ayokoya nitia kashonatia.
Pakata kuisitian nara kata kur pakata tatar nakata tutur pia kata tutur ni ara kata tianar kokar matakayo totori ni ar kapapayo shutiana kapwa tataywa ni ara nakum i wakata namakakupata makaina kamasu nasi katu mata taroku patahi shututuru niki aranara ine anara katatushi ni atatatara niki ronata ini tatata mama katana churi ne anana tu maishiana Ontana kishana kuntania kuntaishu onai kiarana yana wa turinia kuatani. Taka kutishe kuko papapayuno. Ana mama iyo nai chio nayu taka wapapayuno. Ane takau tisio ayakahu. Nayo natata mayu mamayu tuturu nikitin tamaka kutai oma chanayo namakachu nai ni anaku uma tana mama ine te kine ne kimi te kimi shikuwa te kia nakamata te shikia nana nakatuta te ne te kimi te kua o sanakati tiana. Hona nasyakuata. Tekia. So we take some deep breaths. We inhale. We feel this energy coming from the universe. This golden, beautiful, and pure energy that gets through our crown chakra as we inhale. And then when we exhale, we send this energy to Mother Earth. And we visualize how all this energy circulates through our body, not leaving any space, any organ without this golden energy. Everything connects, everything gets healthier and healthier in our body as we let this golden energy to be more part of ourselves. Ishakua tia na wai ti tian ta u tai ta tia na ti tawa tia na tu itiana. And these are some light languages, in this case coming from the ancestors, and they are here to assist with the connection to Mother Earth. We have these tendencies to disconnect sometimes with our daily routines. Ikiwa tan ukita wotiara na kurinia wotiara na tikieta yantawa yata. And we lose the sense of our origins, of where we come from, and we lose the sense of connection from Earth. Hi ni ati kuai ni akuai ana wai ni atau mai ti ni akutai, and you are always connected. It's just a feeling that you get of this connection from the moment that you take some deep breaths and consciously using your third eye, your imagination, or your ability to feel this golden column coming through you and connecting you to Mother Earth. What you do is to amplify the channel and create a much better connection with Mother Earth. So you start allowing the divine energy to come through you more easily, more fluently. Iuruna karintari om takirogon tayo nakinarakaumara. They say that this is something that they keep telling us, but we keep also forgetting. So that's why they need to come again and again, practically every week, to remind us. They say that any spiritual exercise, it shouldn't be serious. It should be something that you do with some discipline, but without being too serious. You just need to let things flow and have fun whilst you are doing this exercise, and just let things flow. Enjoy, because you allow joy to flow through you. That will be bringing or opening the door to this wonderful energy that we feel when we are having fun, this joy energy, and that will make you do it again, because you will feel the excitement about doing the same exercise another day. But if you take the spiritual exercise too serious, that will be sort of not facilitating the process of continuation. Often we believe that joy comes from outside. Joy is also created from inside. You can do that. It's within your power to trigger it and to let it come out and flow. And now I'm feeling the ancient, they want to bring some more light languages, and then the elementals will come again. Chatatum pakatika mapaita nama. Nama tumai sentaku papai tututu. Chishana titi miti titi titi tutu neke akamatayu. Tina tanin esiua. O masau tini titi titi taini tiana rutiana. Between the ancient and the elementals, today they are going to be assisting the whole gathering here. And now they want to do a cleansing and protection of the space with the following light languages. Ori Hatau mahupayu wakau payu utaka ejawai watana umayum jakau makachumataye my hupai hupai umata umai dai ta kanana tumai ta umai dai takana kama hote shenza wai nekia anta hetama kumai tine tume kana nete kime kesha ona kanate taye kakamate Kiatama, kianata, kuanata, iatana. Hanakao nata yoshoana heta ita chaka haini. Kuno tutuni eschiana wata ine. Hane shata ine tawata. Nata ina. Eshenta kaika tain tia wata. Tianata isa. Heneteshatata, ontiana, tisiata. Sometimes you feel like tapping in your chakras, and you feel guided to do it, because you're gonna be surprised about how things work out. Experiment with yourself, just like if you are a guinea pig. Use your body. Experience. That's why we are here.
experience. And many of our brothers and sisters, they are discovering their skills, their abilities by just playing, really. And this is what the elementals are trying to bring today: play, enjoy, have fun. Like in the channeling, they say you don't have to be so serious in the process of awakening. You are being too serious, actually. We are. I include myself, that I need to remind myself every day, really, every day. So Wilma is coming through. Let's see if she feels like doing another blessing, and then we will continue. Tururiti aku papata tururikiti atata naraka. Ishata naraka tuinitiki akurukuti. That sounds like Japanese. Hatta narakati ukutiti nerekiti atata narakata. They tell me that there is an Arthurian light language that is very similar to the Japanese here on Earth. They just told me that. And this language has come through a few times already, and I've been like, oh my God, this is I've been like wondering, maybe I'm saying something in Japanese and I don't even know. Because it did happen with Latin words. In one light language transmission, I was saying Latin words and Hebrew words. And obviously not everybody is familiar with Latin words. I mean pure Latin. And also it happened with Greek words. And this lady who was very good in languages, languages that we don't use practically anymore, because they were ancient Hebrew. What I was talking was ancient Hebrew, ancient Greek, and ancient Latin. So it wasn't the Latin that the priests use, and nowadays it was more older, much older. And the Greek wasn't the Greek that they use today nowadays, and the Hebrew wasn't. But for some reason, she had this knowledge, and she could detect from my light languages that I was channeling that, and I was really like, wow. So that made me think since then, practically, how many things we might be channeling, and we don't know that they are actually maybe even a language that we spoke here at some point. I know that the one from the ancestors is a language that was here already. I know. Sometimes it's from the Aboriginals in Australia. Sometimes it's from the Indians in North America or South America or Center of America or somewhere else. But yeah. So the audio from Wilma is in the process of connecting.
I find that really fascinating about like the languages. It's like, do you think the higher dimensional beings learned that language from us, or did we learn the language from them? And like maybe they've just taken parts of that language and integrated it into their own communities? Or I find it quite fascinating. Is it Sanskrit as well? Sanskrit. That's like
Sanskrit.
Said to be the first language, isn't it?
Sanskrit, one of the if not the first one of the first ones. The thing is that they are not all documented. They're not all documented, so we don't really know which one was the first one literally. But we know that Sanskrit was one of the languages in the beginning, and in terms of what you say, what they are telling me is that you say again one thing or the other, put them together because they are both things. Is them bringing that into the communities. The language are already there as well. And in any way, they are also stored in the Akashic records. So we connect to the Akashic records also. So they come from entities who speak them in their dimensions or in their timelines. They come from the Akashic archives. And they also come from our own memory. It's in our DNA. I mean, it's part of us. That's why some people are more into maybe channeling the elementals, and some other people are more into channeling Arthurians, and it depends. Some others channel more the angelic realm, depending on what experiences the soul has had through evolution. But at some point, when we become purely the channel, we are capable to channel all of them, because we become God. We become the goddess. We become everything. So as you become everything, you can connect with everything, really. But that needs polishing, daily polishing. That sometimes we get stuck, sometimes we get into the flow again. This is how life is, no? It's like that.
Yeah.
So there are days that I can channel all of them. There are days that I channel maybe only these ones, the elementals or the angelics, or the most common one that they are always present are the ones from the Native Americans. These are, and I had that connection with Wilma, but it's because we have our guides. It's not only us, we've been part of tribes in our past lifetimes or in our timelines, but also our guides, they are also Native Americans, so Indians. So we have the Native American everywhere, really. So even if we are having a tough day, they are there, present, and they are really helpful because one of their specialities is to ground yourself. So when you are having a tough time or a tough moment, it's really useful. And I'm very grateful that they are always there, because they are, as they are present there, they remind me to ground myself.
I just find so funny how everything's interlinked, because this week I've just been seeing a lot about joy as well, and like that's all we've been speaking about. And then the ancestors, I came across something. It was a channeled message saying that the ravens, I keep on seeing ravens and crows everywhere, are actually our ancestors, and they're watching over us, and that we should connect with the ravens. And I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Wilma has someone very, very related to that is also from.
Yeah, my dad comes as a crow.
Yeah.
the magpies, the crows, the ravens, they are always here in my windows. Always, especially if I'm having a very sad day, they are there always to remind me that life continues, that this is only temporal. Bring the light on, and they always remind me that it's like an inner voice in a very sad day telling me that with their presence, and because they are I don't know how I do it, but I sense what they are trying to tell me, and the movements, they are very joyful when they are in the window. And I open the window, and they fly away, but then they come back again, and they are fearless. They are totally fearless when I'm around them. And then I can feed them, and they're full, my window is full of them. So it's family. I believe that it's family. Or they are spirit guides, but at the end of the day, I don't mind really. They are there, and they're beautiful, and they tell me good things. So I don't get into from the mind about finding out who are you. Are you my stepmother? Are you my? I don't get into. I mean, you feel it. You feel it. Like in the same way that Wilma knew straight away that her father was that raven, and you started by seeing feathers, no, Wilma?
Yes, he told me that he would be leaving black feathers for me.
Before he left, no?
Yes.
See, that is amazing. Amazing. So yeah, and it's been happening.
Well, I probably had them for the first maybe 4 months, and actually probably until we went into lockdown, and I haven't really been out to the bush or the forest lately. But I found I don't find them so much anymore, but my daughter keeps finding them. So my feel on that is that he left them for me for the first few months, and it was like, she's okay. She doesn't need it anymore. I'll go and concentrate on my granddaughter now. So she keeps finding them.
Yeah.
That's what I got right now. You didn't need it anymore. So
Correct.
You have him present, and those signs are for you to. They are confirmations, really. They are confirmation. When they leave feathers, it's like when we see numbers or when we see synchronicities, no?
Yeah, we used to have a little family joke. We called it the kettle click, and that was my mother. My mother used to leave the kettle click. So, your kettle, your jug would click, even though you hadn't boiled any water in it. And even like I experimented, like I had it totally unplugged from the PowerPoint, hadn't used it for hours, and just in the middle of nowhere, it'll just click. And so, but sometimes it would come at a time when you're discussing something or talking about something, or you mention something, and the kettle clicks, and it's almost like a confirmation. Now, I don't get the kettle click. I haven't had it for years. I haven't had the kettle click, I think, since I left my husband. But my daughter still gets the kettle click. So, because she had one the other day, she said, we were talking about this and that, and the kettle clicked. So she said, Omar's around. Omar's grandma to her. So, she's still around for my daughter. I thought she wasn't around, quite honestly. But I had a friend come recently. I had a meditation group held at my house a couple of nights ago. And one of my friends is a medium. And she walked in, and there's a portrait on the wall that my father painted of my mother. And she looked at it and she said, "Is that your mother?" I said, "Yes." She said, "She was standing at the window as I arrived." So, okay, she's still around. That's good. But she has to be clicking the kettle for me.
and my guides are telling me you might hear the kettle again. Because when they say that when we talk, when we mention them, we call them. That's why if you have like a bad experience with the other side, not from the light but from the other side, do not mention them. If you can, do not mention them, because when the verb or the voice has this invocation power about everything that we really process through us. So we are invoking without even knowing it many times. Yeah. Would you like to do a blessing, Wilma?
Yes. Just give me a sec.
Okay.
Throwing my cords all over the floor here.
Siawatiana roguiana katia wata. Nitiana.
Jori andro yanaya naya naya naoya naoya naya shishinari kiran to aishna hekietiene soro toro anoro ne anoro anare anaya shishkana kirito to shkorkania soranarua. Thank you.
Thank you, Wilma. Thank you. Luis, how are you feeling?
I was thinking about some stuff that I wrote
Okay.
that sounds like Latin,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
maybe I can read some of it.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, anything, Luis. If it's something that you write and you want to read it, if you feel like sharing it, anything really is welcome.
I don't know if it's going to make sense to anyone, but
Doesn't matter. We won't be judging. And this is what I ask also to the people watching this video. Do try not to judge. If you are new to light languages, try not to judge yourselves, because that will be creating blockages. Just let it flow, let it be. No matter how strange sounds, no matter how weird it is, if it makes you laugh, do not block your laughter, because they might be there to help you laughing. And today is about that. These guys, the elementals, that's what they do. The best is bringing joy and laughter to humanity. So do not try to force anything really. Just let things flow. Don't judge, and let anything be as a form of expression. And Luis, whenever you like.
kind of like an invitation. So, limpio, mantione, mastuto, mestio, avio, anio, kio, anti, no, anti, mi, apo, mostio, ampio, anidio, mesteo, keluio, kionivos, montis, antaro, aniri, soti, mi, ovio, anor, astio, ampor, medio, mistor, ondio, kisoti, meste, onio, mostai.
I was getting that these are ancient light languages from the time of the alchemists, more specifically when Melchizedek was here on earth. He niatu niata, and it's not the first time I have heard this, because I know I've been there. Isiana Kuitiana, and this is why I feel very, very connected. And it's interesting that just few, maybe 10 minutes ago, I was talking about these ancient languages with the rest of the group. About Latin, about Greek languages, or Hebrew, but not the Hebrew that people speak in Israel in nowadays, but Hebrew from the ancient times, and Greek from the ancient times, and the Latin also from the ancient time, not the modern Latin, the modern Greek, or the modern Hebrew. It's different stuff. And yes, I was mentioning before, Wilma, before you came, that I had this Greek friend that she was very good with languages, and she started noticing that I was speaking ancient Greek. This was before my languages got activated. At that time, I didn't even know that these are light languages, but she was telling me expressions like they say in Greek, oh malaka, which is, they say malaka when they are really surprised. It's like, oh my gosh, or something like that, no? And I say, what? I was saying, what? And I said, you just talk ancient Greek, just before when we were doing the meditation. And I say, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't even remember to say anything during my meditation. No, she was a lot into rituals with spirits and all of that. And we were trying to contact to my grandmother, who passed like 2 or 3 years before that exercise that we were doing. and these light languages came through during the invocation, and I didn't even notice that. And then, effectively, with all the things that she did, because she used to be a priest in a past lifetime, we spoke to my grandmother, and many things happened in the room that I don't want to say, because it might scare some people, and we are not here for that. And actually, if you practice with other energies, grounding very well first, protecting yourself very well first, invoke yourself to be protected by the angelic realm or any other light entity that you are very close to. And don't play with things if you are not used to these things, because you never know what can come across. I did do this exercise because this lady, she was a very, very advanced priest. I mean, she was doing this on Earth for 20 or more than 20 years. So I did feel like I was in good hands. She was my neighbor at the time. And then she asked me, because I was really melancholic, I was missing my grandmother a lot, and for some reason she said, "Do you want to talk to her?" I said, "Well, of course." And then we did the exercise. We spent practically a night talking and doing this exercise together. I needed almost a week to recover after that. But that was before 2012, much before, when I still didn't believe in my skills, or I still didn't know that even light languages existed. I thought that was you're getting
Quiet unicorn, at least.
The unicorn is something that she set up before, was before recording, and for some reason it didn't work, because they were asking, the program was asking her for a green background. And so we really thought that it didn't work in her computer. And now when you activated the camera, it came up again. Nice. Good one. And it's perfect for this week, because it's about that. It's about laughter. It's about having fun with life, with spirituality. Is not to be serious. It's not meant to be serious, really. And we are just about to enter in the spring equinox. And in the spring equinox, everything is reborn. Everything becomes to life again. And so this is a very good opportunity to be more aware about this, to bring more awareness to your life about, I'm going to do everything with a higher gradient of laughter and joy in everything I do. And I can do that. Like in the channeling, they say, you can do that. You just need to put some intention into it and not try to force anything. Sometimes use the acting, like they say in the channeling, do the acting, but do not get used to act. That's what they say. Do the acting, but do not fall into masking thing, or do not forget to be genuine and authentic all the time. Because if you do some acting, it's just to help the laughter to come through. As soon as the laughter and the joy come through, stop creating the masking and let your energy flow. And always grounding first. Ground in the morning, ground before going to bed, because that energy is going to help the energy. When the energy flows, gladly through yourself, gladly. It says the word, it says by self. When the energy flow gladly, laughter comes along. Joy comes along. Why? Because there is a lot of energy, so you are happy. And because that plenty of energy is coming through, you become joyful. And often because of the programming, because we think that an exercise that we do for spirituality or for praying for someone or just to pray for someone, we just think that we have to become serious when we do that. That's something that comes from church and from many religions. Be serious when you are doing that because you are dealing with God. Times to change that. Times to pass that page and to maybe put something more there, more an ingredient of happiness and joy. Wouldn't harm anyone really, and it won't harm you. It will do only good to you. And these guys here, that's what they do. That's what they do. And the ancient, the Native American, and the Aboriginal, all of them, they also bring that. When they do the grounding, they bring also these cheerful songs and these cheerful dances, and they are not like they show us always in the movies. They mask them like being very serious people. They were not serious all the time. They were serious in the movies because they were being attacked and they were invaded by other people. They were taking their lands and they were doing atrocities to them. So in the movies, they showed that part of them that was very serious. But if you go to a community where in the US or in Canada, or you go to the Indians in Central of America or in the Amazon, they have a smile. Most of the time, they have a smile, much more than the people in Europe or in the developed countries, because they are connected to nature, they are connected to energies. They even follow their dreams. They really follow their dreams. They speak about their dreams with the community, and they go to the shaman or whoever is in terms of like in charge of let's say like the priest or the shaman of the community, and they do consultations and they share with the rest of the tribe the dream, and they bring that knowledge to everyone, and they understand that there is something there guiding them all the time. I know that there are tribes in the Amazon that they constantly follow what they dream. I've seen documentaries in YouTube, and not created by National Geographic or one of these huge organizations that they tell you what they want to tell you, not everything. I'm talking about guys, Spanish guides or English speakers who have been traveling there. They have spent some time with them, and they show you what they do, and they tell you, and they document what they do and what they say. And in most of these tribes in the Amazon, they truly follow their dreams, and dreams are magic for them. They live every single day following a dream. Something that we are told of if we do it in our countries, no? That stop being a dreamer. You are just dreaming. Please step up like a man and stop dreaming. You only have fantasies in your brain. I was told off with so many things when I was a child. You have just fantasy in your head, Ismael, and I was like the one always floating in the clouds, let's say, and that was wrong for them. That was terribly wrong, so wrong that they were shouting at me and sometimes using even physical violence. Obviously, when you grow you had to deal with that and heal those wounds, and that took me a while as well. So yeah, do not despair. Many of us are wounded in that way, especially people from the developed countries. We are, and take your time to heal, and it's worth it. It's worth it, because something that might look or feel like it never ends, it does get better. It does get better, and every second you spend for yourselves is worth it, and you won't regret it ever. You will feel happier and happier, and you will see that life will still have up and downs, but the downs will be much softer, much easier to deal with them. Or you won't lose your powers while you are in the downs. You will still have the connection to all these tools that you've been awakening over the years. So, or you might come across with another brother or sister during those times that you're feeling down, that might come to your life to remind you, or maybe a raven, or maybe a magpie, or maybe a crow. So it can be anything, really. It can be anything. It can be numbers telling you, I've been awakening in the last 3 days. I've been having siestas. I have been having all my sleeping patterns messed up, and I've been having siestas and waking up at 2. And now it has been 3 days waking up at that time, and you say, oh my God, why they wake me up now, no, and no later, and why 3 days again with the 2. That's it, and then when that happens again and again, you just let it flow. You say, okay, let's see what we can do with the night. And then I spend the whole night working and editing and doing some other stuff, and just going with the flow. And in the morning, I might have an appointment, and I'm with my eyes like this, like a frog, and I'm feeling so tired, but I'm there dealing with it and coping with it in the best way I can. But yeah, I still continue during the day with the normal activities or the sessions that I have booked. Sometimes it's tough, but the more you offer less resistance, that's it. I mean, everything gets into place sooner. Everything click. Everything makes sense. The upgrade flows and adapt to your system much better. This might interrupt also your food and everything really. And so don't fight it. Just go with the flow. It's temporal. Think that is temporal, that will come back to normal soon. And that's the best thing that you can do, is just to say, okay, one more day. All right, it will go. Don't worry, smile. Maybe in a couple of days that will be over. And it helps me a lot also to talk to brothers and sisters. And then I realize that they are going through much of the same, maybe with different details, but only few details are different to mine. And that gives you also like some comfort, some consolation that everything is fine. Just one more download and upgrade at the same time. Hi tiana ku hatiana wotai ni ki tiana ku na isawanta ni tiana ku ai ni tia wata. You are all still removing some of that programming. Ineki owai ata woti intia, as the frequencies keep raising in your planet, as the downloads keep coming down, you are removing more and more of this programming that it might be, they show me like stones when we are children, when we are little, we have this curiosity to lift up a stone to see what is underneath. Sometimes we find insects, sometimes we find worms. They were showing me this image now, and sometimes this is what they are saying, that sometimes when you remove one of these stones, there is some programming underneath the stone, and you just need to deal with it because they cannot be trapped anymore. They cannot be hidden anymore. It's part of your nature to be free and free yourself every day more and more. So you don't do any good by keeping trapped or under the stone those programming behaviors or wounds, including wounds that sometimes are there, and you thought that they were healed already, and suddenly you realize that they weren't. But you are already a specialist on this, they say. So keep going, keep flowing. It's just a reminder. You all know this, and have fun. Resonance. Now that everything is blossom with all that resonance around you. Take the opportunity to observe what is around you and resonate. Let yourself resonate with it and be part of this. And that is wonderful with nature, with the times that we are just about to experience in this time of the year. Recently, my sister sent me a fig tree just coming back to life, let's say, with beautiful new branches coming through. And that was for me like a reminder of the beautiful spring coming. And in the last years, it started coming even sooner. I don't know if it's the same in Australia, Wilma, but here in Europe, for some reason, things are coming sooner than before the equinox of spring. Is it happening over there as well?
I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention.
You haven't paid attention to these things, no? But you feel that as well, Melissa? That things are coming before...
Yeah, because over here there's been like a lot of snow and wind and rain and winter weather, but like we're seeing like daffodils coming up and like spring flowers coming up in the middle of the snow.
Exactly.
It's been like that for a few years now.
Yeah.
It's just all coming up before the snow leaves.
Yeah. I started having peppers 3 months ago, yes, I have like now a plant with 6 peppers, so it's enough for a salad, and I'm so happy that they don't grow fast. They are still there, like if you have a Christmas tree with the decoration for forever, and they're standing there, and because the peppers, they don't get bad. There is one that is yellow that has been there for 4 months in the plant, attached to the plant, and I'm waiting for it to become red, but it doesn't become red, obviously, because there is no sun. And I will just wait for it to become red, because I like when they are red. They are my favorite. They are sweeter. You also like reds? Yeah. They come in bags with yellow, green, and red. I always want the red to be bigger. And I spend time looking for them in the supermarket, like red, the biggest red one. Yeah. I found that a lot of people like that also, like just like children. Recently, I was talking to another sister. She's really awakening as well. from Spain. She told me, "Oh my God, I didn't know that more people in the planet was spending longer time in the supermarket searching for red peppers." I say, well, I'm one of them. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And the yellow, they are practically, they don't have flavor. They have a very soft flavor. The green, they have a strong flavor, but still red is the nicest. We are talking about this Californian, they call it Californian peppers in Spain. I'm not sure if it's not the long ones, but the ones that they are like this. Yeah, or like a pear. I'm not sure if Luis in Brazil have this type of peppers. Yeah, do you have?
We call them capsicums.
Capsicums. How do
and the
you
red
go?
ones aren't hard to get at all. In the supermarket, like they've got the tubs of all green ones or all red ones, plus you can get the little, the tricolored bag, which has got the red, yellow and green. But I always just go for the red ones.
Still the way, no? Yes, no. You don't.
I'm coming today.
I used to hate them, and actually the red one is the worst because it's the strongest. But yeah, I eat them now. Yeah.
You like them now? Okay.
Yeah.
It's for grounding. They say they help you to ground, and actually, yeah, the colors from vegetables, the color from plants, they help us to do. They are related to the chakras very much so. They recently asked me to eat a lot of broccoli, and yeah, healing, a lot of broccoli, and also the broccoli has if you turn it upside down, because I was having weakness with my lungs. If you turn around the broccoli, it looks like the lungs and the bronchioles and the alveoli and all. If you turn it around, it's like the shape of lungs. Yeah. And the green for healing. Tiana kui, tiana ishiana, and they are really, really effective. So if you have anyone watching the video or anyone here present in this group, if you have any issue with the lungs and you need to heal them, broccoli is amazing. It's amazing. Whenever you come back, and the more you come back to your essence, to your true essence, you will know naturally that every vegetable, every fruit has a connection with one part of your system. Kiana, Tiana, you won't need to read books. You won't need to be told by anyone. You just will know that. Kieni, Tiana, Kuantaye. The same way that we, the ancestors, we knew that. We didn't get it from a book. We didn't have books. They knew it because they knew it, because it was divine wisdom. That's it. We should start trusting more that divine wisdom, which is us. It's not far. It's here. It's us. It's coming. If you let it be. If you let it be, of course. If you start judging straight away, that's it. It's like turn off the light and goodbye. That's it. But if you let yourself be more and more, and you practice, like we were saying before, call your friends, call people who are already awakening or awaken, and practice channeling, practice light languages, practice whatever you're feeling the call to. That will bring you out, will bring out everything, will bring yourself out, the inner self out. That's what I was meaning to say. Tia sha wei xia hui tia na wei tini ki ti shin ti ne ki tia, effortless, all effortless. Everything is effortless in life, and the more you let the brain to calm down and stop being judgmental, the more everything will be flowing through yourselves. Tiana kwa tai si tiane ne ti tawai ti ni tiana taina. You know already everything. You know already everything. That's what they say. There is nothing really that you need to learn from any. These videos that we watch sometimes from other channelers, from other people, they help us to remember. That's why we feel the resonance. That's why we feel the call to watch them, because they are helping us to remember. But there is a moment, they say, that you won't need that. You will know that straight away. And that is actually happening. It's actually happening more and more. If it isn't happening to you just yet, do not despair. Be patient. It will come. There is a lot to do with healing your inner self, your inner child with this. And I had to go through 8 years of healing my inner child. I'm still healing my inner child. This hasn't stopped. I still find stones in my path that I need to pick up and see what is underneath. This is still happening. But it's different. Now I'm having fun. Now I'm having joy. Now I'm having other senses activated that makes my life feel much, much better. And that's what we are doing, isn't it, Luis? Because when you let your art flow, you get that sense of joy. When you have a new creative idea, like the ones with the gnomes that you had before, it just draw a smile in your face. So it's having a meaningful influence in your system here, what we consider to be solid, what we consider to be three-dimensional, which is the body. So it's having an impact in your body as well. That's why you smile, and you smile more since the day I met you almost 1.5 years ago, something like that. I'm not sure if that is accurate, but we know now for a while. And since then, every week is, like every single human, we have weeks that we don't have that joy, or we don't come to the group with that joy. But I can see the whole thing, the whole time that you have been coming, how everything has been changing also that dense side, which is the body. Why? Because you are putting into action everything that you have inside. You are bringing that out. You are bringing that expression, which is that infinite love that you are to people, and you make it laugh people when you share your things, and you make when you share it with the groups, your downloads, your codes, I can see the other faces, how they change suddenly. So this is having an impact. I mean, what other proofs we want? And the mind will always trick you, saying, yes, but you don't know what they mean. So if you don't know what they mean, that means that they are pointless. No. Observe yourself, how your body is changing, how gradually your life become, despite the difficulties, despite the issues from your relatives, from everything else, how everything is really changing, because it is. And if the most difficult thing to do is to recognize that in yourselves. But that's why it's so important, and that's why they are telling us more and more that we should meet each other, brothers and sisters, because that's what we do. We reflect each other, and we have more like the more easy, the capacity to say this type of reality, to describe this type of realities that they seem like a compliment, but it's not actually a compliment only. It's actually something that we are witnessing, we are experiencing with you and sharing with you. So why I'm gonna not say this to you all? And that's why we meet, and that's why it's important. And I invite everyone to meet and more your brothers and sisters that you feel like resonating with you, that you want to help. Yeah, help everything all the time you want and with everything you can, but also leave some times to meet with your brothers and sisters, and also rejoice yourself with them, because that is super helpful. Collaborations, you can do works together, you can collaborate with doing and sharing the expressions. They don't need to be the same thing. Some people can download codes, other people speak the light languages, other people send energies with sign language. Combine them and see what happens. But give it a go, whatever it is, whatever these skills from the person you know or that you came across in your life has activated. So yeah, share and have fun. This is the message from today. Share and have fun, gather, meet. The times are coming for that, inviting you also to go more out. Have you noticed that the COVID was such a main thing, taking all the time from the news, and as soon as the war in Ukraine started, they have started putting down even the restrictions. In UK, they are taking off the restrictions this Friday coming. Tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow for me celebration, whole day celebration, because the COVID rules and restrictions are evaporating. So it's more reason for joy, and actually it proves that everything is really theatrical. Everything is just to keep masses controlled by fear. So for a long time, COVID was the main character of the soap opera, let's say. And today we have the other main character, who is called the war in Ukraine. And now that is taking all the attention from many, so that they can fear life, and they can fear the right to live, really. So taking things once again to the extreme, so that people goes to one side or to the other, supporting the Russian or supporting the Ukrainian or Europe, the NATO, and just to divide once again people. And that's why Melissa and I very recently, we uploaded a video talking about that. Do not fall in one side or in the other. Support humanity, support always humanity. Be in the center. We have been receiving this message forever now. If you go to the Buddhist religion or doctrine or current, they tell you to be always in your center, find always your balance. This is the same. This applies always for everything. So do not be in the side of the Russians, because the Russians, they have the reasons to attack the Ukrainians, and Europe is involved on that. Europe is just covering their heads, but NATO is Europe. So NATO has been attempting to take also territory from Russia, little by little. So the Russians are just also defending themselves. So I'm not excusing Russians. I'm not excusing NATO. I'm not excusing war at all. I don't support anyone who is pro-war. I don't support them. I will always be supporting people who come to the common sense of being centered and defend love and respect towards brothers and sisters on the planet, animals, every single being, every single thing, even minerals, anything in nature, anything, because they are there for a reason. They are supporting us in many ways. And in terms of crystals, yeah, we know some stuff about crystals, but gradually we will find out so many more things about crystals and things that we used to use in alchemy. And all these people who have been alchemists in some timeline, they will bring this knowledge back to the planet again. And for that, these things were used. Gold was used, silver was used. So many things were used to create what we call magic. But magic is part of the physics. For these alchemists, that wasn't really. It was called magic, but they were calling alchemy because they knew how things work. They knew because they were mixing the knowledge, the messages from guides, and the proof from mixing the elements and the stuff that they had in here on Earth. So they understood it, even though that looked like magic to the naked eye, no? So yeah, so more and more will be coming. So many things are blossoming, really. And yeah, keep yourself centered. Do not fall into the sides of anything. The sides of anything. I'm talking about everything. So it's about time to transcend duality. Yeah, it's not black or white. It's black, white, blue, sky blue, green. All colors at the same time are happening everywhere. So it's not black and white. Nothing is black and white. That times of duality, we've been living them for millennia. Now it's time to transcend that. And so it's not about Ukrainian or Russians. It's about everyone. We are all responsible of this. We are all responsible of this war. There is no country not responsible of all humanity is responsible of this. So it's time to recognize this, take the measures, the decisions, actions that we can do from where we are. If you cannot go there, be at the front line, because I don't advise anyone to do that. And don't try. I say that in that video with Melissa, do not try to be heroes, because this is something that is part of the programming from the governments. They are trying to make you feel like you are heroes because you are sacrificing your life. But you see all these politicians that they are hidden in bunkers, or they are even giving some sort of conferences, or they appear in YouTube, even in TikTok. So yeah, why you keep sending the population to war, and you are sat somewhere, and maybe they create a video when they are one day in the front line, just to show to everyone and convince everyone in the world that the president is also there in the front line at war. That's not true. They do this like propaganda to convince everyone, so that everyone take that initiative to go and fight with weapons. This is times already to wake up. Come on, it's times to stop becoming that fake heroes. You will be a hero the day you are an activist defending really your rights, but with peace and with love and with determinations, and not standing like so many people are standing. So many Russians are coming out to the streets to say we are not part of what Putin is doing. We are not part of this. It's actually he's a dictator. We are not part, and they are getting arrested. They are getting arrested just for speaking up the truth. So it's a bit of this, no? It's a bit. It's not that in these groups I like to talk about politics, war, or anything like this, but it was part of the message I was saying before, and that's why I brought this to the conversation. Is because it's balance, stay in balance, and stay in joy, and be active in the way you can. If you can send supplies there, send them love as a supply, send them food. If you can, send them clothes. If you can, but trust that whatever you're doing is helping. Is helping. I often hear from so many people, "Oh, the only thing I can do is just pray," and they put that intonation like if praying wasn't good enough or praying wouldn't do anything. It's like, and it's like they mention it like being the last resort of something they can do, and to me, it's the first thing that you can do is pray, but you have to believe that pray will do something for them. If you don't believe, obviously, it will be always the last resort to do. It's time to start believing more and more in that we are feeling, and maybe writing a poem and send it to them, to the people over there. It's anything really, any simple thing it means so much for someone who is suffering those conditions over there. It might reach a child, and you might make their day just by writing that poem, or maybe a painting or a draw, something, but do something instead of thinking or creating that excuse, "Oh, the only thing I can do as a last resort is to pray." But these people who tend to say these sentences, they don't even pray. So why are you even saying that? Pray. If you say it, at least do it. That's the least that you can do, as you are mentioning that or telling that or communicating that to the rest of humanity. But personally, I don't think that that's the last thing that you can do, but the first thing that you can do every day is to wake up, light a candle, and send your prayers to them. Send the prayers to their higher self. This is in the channeling I had last week, they were saying to send the light because they were part of the, I don't know if there was someone in the group or my own ego trying to sabotage the download of the channeling, because he was saying yes, but that might not reach them because they are at war. And then in the channeling, it came through, send those prayers to the higher selves. And the higher selves, they will know when to administrate that light. When they are sleeping, or when they are suddenly, just like many soldiers do, that they start looking at something in the sky and they get lost with their mind. But in those moments, the higher selves interact and they bring that love and energy that they also need and they require. And that might bring to them what they need to receive. Maybe a much more common sense of freedom and peaceful actions. Yeah. So yeah, let's be peace and joy, and try to do everything from there, from from whatever you can do. There is always something you can do. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't stop sometime during the day from sending love to others. Take your time for yourselves also. Never, always that's basic. That should be the first thing during the day. Take some time for yourselves and then do what you can do from your own abilities. But prayer, I think prayers, everybody can pray. Everybody can pray. It's effortless, really. It's just think about them and put yourself for a second in their skin and send them all the love that you can. And yeah. But as I say, send it to the higher self. That won't create any disruption from their minds. Send the prayers to the higher self. The higher self will know what to do and when the time comes for that person to channel that light and that energy. And that was something that came last week. And you can obviously practice this in any situation, they say. Elisa, yeah.
Sorry, you just sparked something in me because...
Yeah, I know. I was just about to.
I've got this book, like Angel Prayers, and I've been saying this prayer, if you want me to say it, nearly every morning, and it's about guiding world leaders. Mm-hmm. So we can say it if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, dear angels of light, principalities, and any other angels who are overseeing worldly issues, thank you for placing your guiding hands upon our world leaders. Thank you for directing them to make decisions that will support the care of the planet and all her inhabitants. Where there is conflict, thank you for guiding them into peaceful resolutions. Thank you for helping them to listen to those who need their help the most. Thank you for encouraging them to be carefully review their mistakes and know how to correct them. Thank you for directing them to make decisions from a place of compassion and love with the highest integrity. Dear angels, may they experience peace, love, friendship, and support their personal and business lives as the internal experience will be expressed onto the outer level. All of these intentions are for the highest good of all and are made with the grace of compassion. And so it is.
And so it is. Amen. Yeah. When someone is praying like loud like that, like Melissa, you can something I find very useful is to follow her voice and become participant on that. So you can visualize how you are actually sending that love. If they are saying, please, angels, send them love, become the angel, become the whatever you are asking or that entity that you are asking help for. You can, in your visualization, you can become that angel, you can become that light that send that love to them. You can become the lighthouse sending that love and light. Whatever you want to imagine, really. It doesn't need to be an entity, really. So, you don't need to repeat everything like, in Spanish we say like a parrot. In English, do you say the same expression? Repeat things like a parrot? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it does work this time. There are so many expressions that they are not the same. Some of them are the same. So wonderful prayer. It obviously, this type of prayers, they open really my heart, like even wider than it was. And that's how I feel that they take an effect. When you hear something so beautiful, when you listen to light languages, and nothing really changed, nothing that you can perceive changes, you might need to start looking at things that might be blocking your feeling or your senses. Yeah, this is not saying that there is something wrong with you, but a heart chakra activation, it might help. Maybe looking at some things from your past might help with some assistance from a facilitator. Remember, you are the healer. You will be always healing. Anyone who says that is healing you, that's completely out of line. You are always healing yourself, nobody else. And those people who are there, brothers and sisters, they are supporting you, yes, but facilitating. They are not doing the actual healing. The healing, you do it yourself. So that's another thing I need to say out loud, because there's so many people blaming their therapists, blaming other people because of the things that they are experiencing in their lives. Well, now more than ever, it's time to take responsibility about your lives and to understand that if there is something going on, that something doesn't flow, you just need to look at it. You just need, like everybody else, there is no exception here in this planet. Everybody goes through these things that we've been calling tests, which are not really tests. They are just the nature of the human evolution, awakening from a detachment of darkness that we have had for a long time. And that's it. And now we are remembering the light that we are. And we needed to go through all of that so that we recognize today that we are wonderful beings made of light. That's why we have been experiencing the contrast for so many years. And you are part of that design. So if you feel triggered to blame a god about the design or how life is designed, well, if I tell you that you are God and you are a goddess, I mean, that means at the end of the day that you created it. You created it by yourself. So maybe you don't remember, but you will. And the more you remember, to me, it's coming more in dreams. It's not coming even channel when I'm awake. It's coming more in dreams. And that's how they are reminding me that I am the creator, by dream experiences, by having dream experiences. And then there, when you wake up, you say, it's like, I don't have reasons to complain. I don't have reasons to project anything, really. I can't, because I am that. And they are telling me, I mean, they are not even telling me, I'm experiencing that I am. So if I am, who I'm going to blame if it's I am? I just don't remember that I am all the time. And when I'm having those amazing experiences, either through a dream, that this is what is happening, like I'm saying more often, but also I get to that state of nirvana when I spend a long time meditating, but I need much longer. When someone put me in hypnosis state, I get to the also goddess state of being. very easily, very quickly. And that's what I do, also facilitating for others. That's why I dedicate myself to hypnosis, because it makes things easier. It makes you put the person in that point, which is like partly here and partly in the dreamland. And in that line there, you can have this wonderful divine experience that is amazing. And that's what they call the monks, the nirvana, or the people who dance turning around and they get in trance. That's where they get as well. They get into that point of ecstasy. Really, they call it ecstasy. Well, ecstasy is the God itself. That's the wonderful love and laughter, and yeah, it's like a drug. Really, it's like being drugged. The only thing in this case is that it's your body putting those drugs in your system. It's not you taking them from outside. That's the only difference. Your body is capable to create those chemicals, and those chemicals put you into that. And the spirituality side is not disconnected from the physical side. In a physical level, if you look in a microscope, you see all these chemicals working. But spiritually, you experience it like a wow, this is a miracle. Oh, that's it. So we keep that in our minds, let's say, no? Something else you like to bring, share messages? Maybe we can send also a light language when Wilma comes back. Maybe we can do a light language for send these light languages to the higher selves of the people at war, not only in Russia or in Ukraine, but everywhere around the world. Anybody with conflicts, really, anybody, because war is not only war with weapons. War is, you can have your personal war inside, and nobody knows, and these ones are the worst, because it's only you realizing that you are having a problem with your own self, and you are having a terrible time, and you might be swimming in a lake of darkness and not knowing that you are even swimming in that lake of darkness. So maybe we can send some light languages to all people who have conflicts, who are at war with themselves or with others, and yes, so that they can get from their higher self, when it's more convenient, this light and love that we will be sending. Okay, love. Have a wonderful day. The rest of the day over there. Actually, the whole day, because it's the morning there. It's early morning in Australia. Okay, so we'll do it. If you want, Melissa?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So whenever you like, and Luis, if you want to join us, you can join us now. Nobody will hear you, pay more attention than usually we do when only one talks. And that become also practice, and that also becomes, flow. And when we show to ourselves that we can do it, is when we become more believers of our own skills. That's why practicing is so important, because this is what happens when we do the chit-chats that we do in New Earth Talks. We just come there, we have our cup of tea or coffee, we start talking, and then whatever comes through, it comes through. We don't put any judgment into it, and that's it. And then we suddenly realized that we are talking about so many subjects. We suddenly realized that all these subjects are linked to each other. And even after editing the video, only then is when we realized the whole thing, how it happened and how it manifested. Because Melissa and I, we feel naturally just like we had fun. We had a good time. But after a few minutes, we don't even remember. We just remember the good fun that we had and the good experience, the good afternoon or evening that we had having this sharing, and time together. Mm-hmm. And you can all do that. All of you, no exception. You can all have good times, even in times of war. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to say this, but you can, because I've been there. How do you know? Regressions. They have done regressions on me, and I've been at war many times. And during those regressions, my learning, or let's say teaching from that experience or lifetime or timeline, was to find peace within war and to find love in times of war. And we know that we can do that. Humans, we can do. Mm-hmm. In the most extreme circumstances, we can bring love. We can. And we are showing that today, even today. And we can see that in many videos we see around. They are not all fake. There are many which are truth. And you will know in your heart which ones are the truth one. The ones that are not being manipulated. There are many manipulated. They're like, as always, with UFOs, the same. There are many manipulated, but there are many that they are not. So they're just trying to play with the duality so that you don't believe in what you feel in your center. Playing constantly with duality so that you never get to your center. That's the clue. That's the key. That's what we have to do. Discern that. And maybe we can do a chit chat about that also, Melissa. So the intention is sending love to anyone in the planet going through war, whether it's a personal war with yourselves, with your family, with a friend, or being at war, really, like it's happening in Ukraine, Russia, Middle East, Israel, Palestine, and many places in Africa, places in South America. People fighting for their rights and awakening. It's all my mama to my show mane tene agumata ne now me kia. Santa paika mai sana kana ishintakiru kama sana hana isau mai shau mai nakahu Naika humaya nanae Suntai sentao mahaut Tanahumai kanachinai Chahanahainahum Umahainahainahum Santa Humakiana Chantahiniana Onetas entaum Enehakuharnare Kumaharantari Takamatakamashan Yekaku Antainawom Mae Hatao Mahaine Hioeatao Haentao Mahaenao Hataitao Mamarumaitao Sheneahom Shenekahom Tahaenai Shamaentao Makao
Ayuko yenitia koshi tia notoye kemai nitia koyena taia kaya notoye mikia ayoshi anitia maya notoye maya nitia koshana tia mateo koyo notoye Ayoki metia kashinitia motoyeki nitia koshonotoye mayanatia koyanata ayoye nitia koyanataya notoye nataya koyoni tie natia koshonotia ayoko notai miti akoyenataya matia
O nasi anawayane. Ene tene tei ni aku mai anawo mai shio anai shi anawe. Ore ne tatana marayo so nai anawa tia naraku masawa. Ene asawa nai shi anaku masurini aranakata. Watakai ne kakutita, wata maitata iti. Amakatina machi, sinchana kachina karuna ne chacharo, maisha omata ine anaku, enakanata e chauruna kakomareti, aranashi anaranatu, tarinita kahumae, ayana yehenahum. Saestine anayam Mahayentaisirum
Ayenotoye mayanatoye netia koshanatia koyenatia komayanatayo koyenatoye natia
Taum tayentu
Ayoko yenataya
Tayennaum
Oi, shini te a koia ne te a kai.
Sauma
Oi, te a ia na te a ia na ta. Ai o koi. Oi, shini te a ia na te a kasana. Ana te a moia na
Hai hitaki hianaka is e makaro. Es anta e kakao ho.
Bueno, voy a te a na te a
Solo sa aka naraka.
na te a koia na te a na te a
Eshe takao. Esta naka anta ese. Humakanda inna. Homachana humasanta hintana humaina. Hene tana tuma. Hine hina huntana hine taume. Chana haine tahaine nahum. Hunata hine hiene kahana taina. Aita hunta hina isarena humanere nete.
Ai oi na tayo po no to e ama te a kasha na to e na te a e no to e ai e ka o e na to e mai na te a kasha na te na to e ka mai na te a ko e na te a ai o ko e na te a kasha na te a mai na te a ko e na te a misi ai o ko e na te a mati a kasha ni te a ko e na te ai o ko e na te a kai na ta o e ke a mi a re ni te a kasha no to e mi ke ana to e ke ana ta e kasha ni te a ko e na ta e ko e ana ta e mo e na ta Ushio na tayo kaya nito mi na tayo ko kaya shania ko na tia ao na tayo ko shono to yamia tia ko na tia kaya na ta ay ko mia na tia rinita Kaya no to ya na te amaya na taya.
Tanahania hamahuna hayen. Henna hariniku hunuruna kainan. Hinsanarun tareneke seneret. Homasharen narakunesteneren. Humasaren narakainetaren. Homasharen narakumesenerenan. Humnaseren nakarumahai ine. Humnatesteine kestarantumai he. Tamaraki kuhuru no tushitinereki. Toma para for the children. Lullaby. Lullabies for all the souls and children in the world because we all have that baby inside, that child inside. So that's why that lullaby came through, to just make us feel, to open up our hearts, to open up our heart chakras, to remember who we are, and to understand that this is not about playing with weapons, it's about children everywhere, elderly people everywhere. Why are you doing the hero thing? When you see people dying, that they don't even know what war means. Hiarana hunnuturuni tiana. We believe that these waves and love will reach the higher self from everybody and everyone on this planet. And we don't only believe it, we know it. And this is the new thing that you need to bring to your prayers every day. Do not believe, know it, own it. Send it from you owning that love. If you are capable to give a hug to someone, why you cannot send love to someone in form of a prayer? So you give a hug, the person feels the hug somewhere else in another side of the planet. Haven't you had this feedback from someone that you send love or you send a hug and they tell you, wow, I really got that energy from you. I really got that love from you. Or suddenly I feel better. Suddenly my headache went away. So that is how powerful love is. And this is our time to acknowledge it. And the most, because that's the way we are gonna stop war, by being aware, being in the center, and being aware of who we truly are, and that being in the center is the key for everything. Being balanced is the key for everything. And by I mean, all these videos that you see of people there coming out and protesting in the main squares of the cities, don't you think that they are also warriors? To me, they are. Every single person, they are fighting for the human rights. They are warriors in any way. Like I said before, you can do a poem, you can do a song, you can channel whatever you want to channel or feel doing. Send a letter, anonymous letter to, in a video, read that letter and send it. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to, but send the message, send the love. Don't let anything stop you from showing that love to others. And you will see the impact sooner or later. And even if affects my saying since I was very young, was, even if affects only one person, that is enough for me for doing something, in order to do something. That is enough for me. That makes it meaningful for me. Even if one of my poems reaches someone and makes them laugh or cry, or they get into the feeling that I'm trying to transmit with that poem, you have all that. All of you have that power. Whether you've been raised in a military family, or you've been raised up by the most, let's say, artists, a family full of artists, you all have the ability. And if you don't know, search within you. You will find it. You will find it, because we are all lights. We are all love. you might want to keep denying this for 100 years more. Or maybe you can decide tomorrow, or even in this right moment, to be, or to recognize that you are. By going into those flashes or moments of your life when your heart reacted and you did something for someone. So you all have that light inside, even in the most awkward and difficult moments. At some point, you brought it forward. At some point, you expressed it. At some point, we were denied, we were pushed down, we were, they use violence also to put down that love that we were trying to express. But yeah, unfortunately that happened, but that doesn't mean that you cannot get back to it and recognize it and remember it. Yeah, you all can. And there is no exceptions. The people who come to my sessions, they are all from different countries. And independently of from what country they are, what race they are, if they come from Africa, they come from China, they come from America, they come from anywhere in the world, they show me, because the nature of my sessions is people just get to the deeper part of themselves, which is they talk about all the problems they experience. And so they really get naked in front of me, figuratively speaking. And then I realized that they are not any different to me. And I was born in Spain, and I was raised up by a Catholic family, very Catholic family, and very also from my dad trying to influence me from the Islamic, because my dad have some Egyptian origins. So yeah, I was in between two religions, and yeah, I learned that my only religion was me. My only religion was within me, and that took me many years. Yeah, a lot of dedication and discipline. Yeah, but I got there, and if I manage to get there, everybody can get there. Everybody, because I see that you are all superheroes, all of you. And I see that happening in every session. Some people take longer to heal themselves, some other people's take less time. But in essence, you are with the same light, same love, same weaknesses, same strengths, the same things that if we go through them, they awaken and then they blossom, and you see how beautiful everybody is, And this is happening in front of my eyes for the last 4 years that I've been practicing quantum healing hypnosis. And this is keep growing. And to me is maybe the scientific proof that I needed at the time 4 years ago. And that was more than enough to see what's going on with timelines, past life or regressions, and how our emotions work, what's going on. I've been always interested all my life really about how the human being behaves, why we feel sad. All these questions were there since I was a boy. Why my parents fight, why they think that one religion is better than the other, why they are trying to put that in my mind when I don't even care about that. I care about having fun with my friend outside. That's all I want. I want to go and play with his elephant puppet. I just want to play with these toys and these children as children, yeah, naturally. So why they are trying to put this in my mind? That was questioning. But some of us, we were so badly treated or so brainwashed that we don't even remember those moments. And how did I get to those moments more easily? In my case, it was through hypnosis and through meditation as well. And dreams, like I said before. Dreams, they also help a lot, bringing this to the surface. So would you like to do another, oh my God, for a moment I thought that you were using a filter with that flower that I can see behind you. And I say, don't tell me, because it was here in your head. And I said, don't tell me that you are using again the filters in the screen, like before the unicorn. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me really, but it's funny. It's funny. It's really funny. Actually, the unicorn was great.
I know.
That was great. I think that wasn't really.
That was just planned.
That was totally planned to bring that fun there. Yeah, for those watching the video, we were playing with filters in the screen, and then we turned them off. But Melissa forgot to turn them off because they were not working anyway when she was activating them. So we concluded that they were not working in her side. And then when she turned on the camera again, well, you saw that in the video, that she became an unicorn. Shana, Kushana, Ishana, Tishana. And this is all in life. You can bring moments of laughter. You might have seen many families that they say there is always a clown in the family. Don't put that clown down, the family. That's all I tell you. Don't put that clown down. Support that clown, and you will see how much more magic happens around that clown and about yourself. Because yes, there is always a clown, but for a reason, there is always a clown somewhere. Because they keep reminding us that life is not about being so serious all the time. We have plenty of things to be serious about. So why we should be also in our spare time so serious? Why not to bring it out and spread it around others? Make jokes, create jokes, even if they are bad jokes. Sometimes the bad jokes are the best, and the ones that they don't make sense at all. Sometimes are the best, and they make you laugh, and you don't even know why you are laughing, but it's so silly, the joke, that makes you laugh. And that happens to all of us. Yeah. So should we go to one more? How do you feel, Melissa? One more intention, or should we let Luis bring his quotes and wrap up, or how are you feeling? I need to sincerely know how you are feeling tonight.
I'm good. I could do another intention.
One more intention, and then we go with the coach. All right. Okay. Good. And the intention will be for. Do you want to have the intention, or do you want? Yeah.
I had one at the beginning, which is kind of fitting to, like, it always is fitting all the time.
Always is fitting, love.
It was. I kind of got this a bit earlier before the group, and it was to send light codes into Mother Gaia to integrate the freedom to express ourselves freely, and send love to others.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Perfect. That sounds like music to my ears.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, yeah, and I heard Luis before doing light languages.
Made me so happy.
Tiano sao mayo sunire kishuruma geniarano nakata estini kiaro koarek.
Yana tia kuyana tai.
Urunos tienare kiare.
Ayo.
Ommatsanare kasyantaru kuhorine. Harnare Krishna.
Tia no tuyena tia shana tia kuyene tia kishana tia.
Honnara Krishna.
Ayo kuyene tia kushuno tia. Ayea kuyene tia.
My Santa Om.
Yeah.
Tannamasanara kakanen tantaranorum.
Kuyene tia yana tia.
Ansanaru takyanan.
Ayea kuyene tia
Sanatayana. Omasanai heneso. Amaranaka seneka somakaranon. Tasanara kontantan. Tuntanate sanako. Tuntane sanarena. Kumasana sarano nacha.
Ya, kayene tia kishiro tia komati.
Tanata sumaha, shontanata sinata, hontanaha enerasa, homasanarum, homakanta sentane, homakasanerara, honnara santaranum, somataranum.
Yayo kaya tia kuyimia tia kushini tia kuyimia ta kuyana tayo yana
Tura
tayo.
papaka tutura kiti.
Ayo yana tayo kuyimia.
Makatata tarada pakata tu shututuro kiti.
Kuyana tayo yana tayo kuyini.
Papa para kataka suntum marakata tatsun narakata tukku.
Aya kuyana.
Papa para kata shutum marakata neki kututurana.
Tia kayo ati
Tatarana kapa paka tuturo niki kukutu tuti naka papa pai shuku papa para ko papa patuturo kuti titi anaku papa tana.
kuyana tia kushina tia kuyamaya tia.
Oh, hai kamarahashi.
Asa kayana tiko.
Samara papa payo.
Aí, koi,
Tiana kamate sana kamachana kumata senara kumata tiana. Tiana mama machina na nakatania na makatani matatasi nini akama. Tambaka shumata sena kantanu masana kumachane. Tansana kananata sena kumasen kanaho matanen. Senatanen kamahanera kumasunam. Magain nakasana maratuna. Taratin narahumasana kainan. Aina kamaine dasao mare. Sanara nakasuna sanere
Mashane nakatane tamakane. Ine shawante ne yakasha. O nakane sete yasha. Masarenam. Tome sarenam marun shenaren.
Maya kaya notoya mia nataya koshunitia ayoko ya metia nataya koia nataya konuya iya koia nitia maya nata iya nataya moya natakishi oya nataya Ay, koya na tayo mo na ta.
I think we are ready for Luis, no? Luis, come through, please. Oh my God.
Here we go.
Wow. Actually, wow. Oh.
When was that drawing?
This is from the beginning.
Okay. I didn't actually draw anything today, but I've seen very similar shapes in my mind. Very similar.
The square ones, I often see them as sometimes as different masses of selective galactic beings or other dimensional beings. Some other times I see them as seals from these tribes or selective galactic races of beings. But I am being guided to share with you something as I'm watching this, because it has a lot to do with something I experienced before, and I brought as a channel message to one of our sisters. I won't say the name because I'm not sure if she wants me to say or not, so I won't. This sister was showing me a download code and portal. And then I had this download because this sister say, I don't know what it means. Yeah. So many of you might be there and you don't know what this means. Yeah. But this channeling message came through. Why do you insist that it must have a meaning readable by the human mind? Why you resist to the idea that most codes have a meaning that just by looking at them have a powerful impact in the DNA, soul, and at so many dimensional levels of yourselves. Why do you resist to let go the programming that things must be the way we were initially educated? Not everything should have a meaning by the conscious mind. Many are stored at a subconscious level, and there they do the work that they are meant to do. Those symbols have energy and life by themselves. Many are destined to be shared with the rest of the world and are not destined to be for you. So please start sharing them more with the world. They are priceless, meaning, with other words, so important. And so many brothers and sisters will benefit from them when you share them. Stop seeing yourself just as yourself and feel that you are the collective with capital letters. And if you deliver these messages to the collective, you will be benefiting yourself with capital letters. Let yourself expand by recognizing who you are in your whole totality and not only what it is contained within your body. So that was the message. I might make mistakes in English. I'm sure of it. English is not my mother language, but this is what my heart tried to express and say for everyone who channel codes, or for everyone who feel in that spot in life or in evolution that you start channeling them and you say, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And that sentence of doesn't make sense is going to be your worst enemy, because it's going to stop you all the time recognizing how wonderful these things really are. And here we have an incredible example, and not because it's not believable, it's just because I witnessed with my eyes, and that was amazing how we experienced this together and we share it with the rest of brothers and sisters. And that's why we meet in these groups, because we are example for everyone. We are the example for everyone, really. If there is someone in one of these groups who believes that knows everything, I'm not going to believe that. I'm going to believe that you know everything, but I'm not going to believe that you remember everything. So we are here by doing these things and expressing ourselves, helping each other to believe and recognize and remember who we are. And since the day I met, like I say, Luis has been in massive, giant steps, going to another level, 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 where his mind in the starting point, it was so dominant that anyone will say, don't waste your time with this boy, because his mind wants to control everything. And that is what you might hear from other people who try to influence you. But if you hear your inner voice, you will always listen about someone, support this brother, support this sister, value what they do, even if it's one little thing. Value, because you know inside that they will wake up. And this has happened entirely to Luis, but to everyone coming to this group, and we have been all witnessing this. This is the magic that is not me only creating, but all of us creating all together. So give a chance to your brother and sister that you might have next to you, or that you might start getting phone calls or messages about doing some collaboration together. Give them a chance, because you never know what is waiting there for you. You can get really surprised. And never give up, because don't give up in people. Don't give up in hearted people, especially in hearted people that are already telling you with their own hearts that it's only their minds in the middle. It's only their minds stopping them from being the beautiful being that you are feeling in your heart. And you know that here, always. You will know that here. You know when a person is a good person. You know that. And you know when another person is completely lost, and maybe temporarily there is nothing to do in a direct level, interacting in physical, face to face, but you can always do what we did before, which is to pray for them, sending that love to the higher self. So there is always ways that you can help everyone, and I invite you all to do it. Think that you can. Try, and you will see. Try with those who are closer to you, and you will see the changes happening sooner or later. You might not believe that that's thanks to you, or thanks to the prayers that you've been maybe saying lately, but you will see how their lives they change, and you made their days. And yeah, put it into practice, and you will see how many friends you can make their day, or just draw a smile in their face at least once a day. But if you manage to do it once a day to someone, that's amazing already. That it means a lot already. So Luis is coming through with another device. And there is a geoda. I don't know how you pronounce that in English. Geoda?
Yeah, sure.
Geoda or geoda? Yoda, like Master Yoda. Hello, Luis. Is that for the listening, or because you want to show that or because you needed to move somewhere? We cannot hear you.
A better quality to show the drawings.
Oh, okay, good. So you want me to make that? You are going to be showing that there. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to remove this one. Remove the pin, and then pin that one. Oh yeah. Very clear. Very clear. I don't know what it means. What is that? I want the meaning now. Well, if the meaning doesn't come, don't worry. Let it flow. Let it flow. You might get the meaning. You might got the meaning already in your subconscious. If something comes, good. If something doesn't, good. Enjoy the colors. When I don't get something from them, I just don't judge anything. I just don't think about anything. Wow. 7714615 555. Oh, my feelings are massive changes that we are experiencing, sometimes so big that we don't want to even admit them, that they are possible. Sometimes they are so little that we don't pay attention to them. That's what I'm getting. We are having such a huge changes that they are so huge that we don't believe, because they are so huge. And some of them, they are so little, but equally important, that because they are so little, we don't pay the attention that we need to them. But if you open your eyes and you open your heart, you will know what they are and where they are.
I really resonate with that, and it's good when I come to the group because these changes, they seem more real and like acceptable. Because sometimes when I think about explaining them to people, my mind gets in the middle and like they're gonna think I'm silly, they're gonna think I'm crazy, or everybody already knows that or something.
Confirmation.
Yeah, definitely.
Your dog usually also participate in the group. Also in the Spanish and Portuguese. Sometimes talks. She apparently understands every single language.
Wow.
Wow, amazing. Yeah. Wanaisiantain akuhum masayan arumaisineiron ukuhum teirin.
Those dots at the top, or the circles, I seen that in my third eye before I even came on the group. Exactly the same sequence. It's just so crazy.
Why you stole them, Luis?
Yeah, take them.
Send that paper back.
You get in my head.
You are copywriting. You are taking the Melissa's ideas. This is why it's so silly to believe that someone is stealing your own ideas, because we are sharing the ideas.
Mm-hmm.
We are sharing this thing. Yeah, this has come to me so often to tell to people, but sometimes I have forgotten. Most of the time I have forgotten because I didn't write it down in time. The I had the channeling, but I forgot because I didn't say in the moment I was channeling. And this was something they've been telling me for a while now. That don't you see that many of you channel the same things? Mm-hmm. So why are you still fighting for a copyright in your planet? if everything comes from source and you are source itself, mm-hmm. So why you are fighting for the information that is coming through you, just to make yourself feel more important towards others, because you want to your ego maybe wants to recognize that it's more important than other people in this planet, mm-hmm. And you want to show off, maybe maybe not, maybe you just have something stored there, a fight that you had in another timeline with someone and it's not healed just yet, but yeah, at some point you will get to that level where you see that Luis is channeling what I am channeling, Melissa is channeling what I'm channeling, People in anywhere in the world is channeling what we are channeling. And we are noticing this, that when we are coming to one of these groups and we go back to Facebook and we go to these spiritual groups, we see codes which are same codes, maybe not exactly the same code, but the same language, or the same codes coming from the same language, or the same people, or the same the same entities. There's so more and more I can see that there are so many brothers and sisters, and this has happened since the moment that Luis started showing this in public. Actually, I have to say this here live today. This started happening more and more since you started, Luis, exposing, showing without fear to the world what you do. Suddenly, I started seeing codes which are very similar, that you have your touch of art, your touch of colors, and they are unique. Yes. Now, the codes come also from source, and they come also from entities that they speak the same language, the same coding. They use the same coding. Yeah. So don't fight with each other for, I want to, I don't know, be better than someone else. You are wasting so much energy because you are not better than someone else. No less, neither. Either.
Wow. Wow, that's beautiful.
The cup of life I'm feeling from the moment I saw it. The cup of life that we all drink to cheer ourselves and reflect the joy in each other as a contagious wave on expansion. You can separate it, but by grounding, once again, you can reach to those states and drink again another cup of life and share them and keep going on and on with every single brother and sister. So what I'm saying here is a process of humanity exchanging love and helping me to bring this message. That's what I get. Obviously, any of you out there might be bringing a different message. That is okay, because we said many times since we started these groups 2 years ago, light languages have multiple infinite meanings. It's not like most of our codes or languages here on Earth that might have 10 meanings, maybe maximum 10 meanings. But the thing is that it does happen also in our languages, that something in English might mean something different in the US. The same word in English might mean something totally different in Australia and something totally different in England and in other places in the world, in Jamaica, for example. The same thing happened with the Spanish. I believe that the same thing must happen with Portuguese, Portuguese from Portugal and Portuguese from Brazil. I think this happens everywhere. They have many meanings, the same word, but with codes, it multiplies to infinite, is infinite meanings. Yeah.
I have a last one, and then I'm gonna show you some some cards.
All right. Realms in the left, realms which are zero density, pure energy, fractions of DNA being activated. Once again, the connection of the human connection happening to no dense, zero density realms through grounding, and the mind allowing the downloads to come through. So they are showing me here that the messages, we can get them through grounding automatically from the moment we ground. Other ones, they are being blocked by the mind, and from the moment that we let the mind flow or be not judgmental, the downloads comes, and the constant change in our DNA as we go on with what we call time in life and experiences in life. All of that is being downloaded to my mind, more accurately to my heart, from what I'm seeing in the Ishakwata. And it started by feeling the realm in the left-hand side. It's like angelic realm, but mixed with other realms, not only angelic, but also they don't have body, those realms. Hianaru Kuishiana. Wow. And as you can see here, and this is what I just got also channel, they were telling me, tell to Luis, can you see, Luis, how you are helping Ismael to become a better channeler? This is an example of how we help each other, because I'm the one being surprised that now I can see that like more clear than ever before. But I don't know even how or why. I believe, well, they are telling me it's because of the progress that I've been doing with myself and healing. Okay. And obviously, you supporting my path. So I am supporting your path. You are supporting with your downloads my path. And this is what we all do. This is the example about every human being. Every human being.
I think that is amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the magic of life to me, of a human exchange of love and light. This is the magic, and has super goosebumps.
Now I'm gonna...
The cards.
Yeah. It's a personal project. I'm gonna show like a few of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh. El as de copas. Ace of cups. They say ace, not in English, Luis?
Yeah.
We say yes, but they say ace. The oros. Beautiful. Oh my God. This is the judgment?
Mm-hmm.
Julgamento. O julgamento, el juicio. Judgment. Nice, brother. Nice, brother. Very good. El mago. Oh, brother, you made it already. Incredible. Wow, goosebumps everywhere. Are you already offering them to people? Selling them,
No.
for example? Not yet? Okay, all right. So whenever you start doing that, yes, let us know. Let us know. This is an advance in his work, Luis' work,
this is actually an intervention I did on top of other artist drawings. I just like the codes.
Yeah, but yeah, that's
the collaboration.
It's a collaboration, exactly. So aren't all these groups a collaboration? Aren't the chats that I have, the chit chats with Melissa, collaborations? She sometimes say what I say, and sometimes I say what she say. That doesn't make anyone any less or any more. And this is the message that we just got a few minutes ago. If everything is coming from source, why are you still having conflicts? Or you are stopping yourself from sharing what you are co-creating? Because you might say, these drawings, they were already there. Yeah, but you are making of them something more. So why not to take it like you are expanding that creation? It's like, let's say, I'm going to put an example with the QHHT. If I stitch only to what Dolores Cannon did or I learned in the course, I will be 4 or 5 years still stuck in that knowledge. But everything I do today has practically nothing to do with what I learned from those courses. Everything is new, practically. And this is after 4 or 5 years since I did that course. So the same thing happened with everything. So don't stop yourself sharing that love just because somebody else did some part of the work that you are doing today, because you are continuing that divine work. You are continuing that divine work. So continue, and don't let anything stop you from expanding the divine work that was already done. Yeah, this is continuing. That's what we are doing. We are doing in so many aspects, but so many of us, we are still feeling stuck because of the programming that everything should be original and unique. Well, to be honest with you, I've never seen, and I have seen many decks, many decks in my life, but I've never seen these ones. And if my organism and my whole being, energetically, mentally, and physically, feel this as uniqueness because you have evolved that into something else, that means that this uniqueness is going to be appreciated by many more brothers and sisters in the world. So why not to share it with them? Why not to share it with them? And from there, you can do whatever you want from your freedom or your decision, or give your touch on something else that you might want, but the way that they are now, from my feeling point of view, not from my point of view coming from my mind, from my feeling point of view, which never lies to me, and gradually even less distract me or put me aside from what I need to know or flow with in life. It speaks to me every day much clearer every day. It tells me they are ready. The only thing I got is maybe put some type of plastic on them to just protect them from sweating hands. But just in case you want to do that, they don't have to in order to be sold there or bring that to people. Yeah, and you deserve the exchange of that. You deserve from what you create. You deserve that energy exchange that we call money. Yeah, we should transcend the shadows of money. And I invite you to transcend that, because it's stopping many of you from also getting everything that you all deserve. It's in a subconscious level in many sessions that comes up to the surface. And we realize that residual from a timeline that a person might have been a very rich person who lost their family, a son, a daughter, a wife, a house, or they got into bankrupt and they suffer a lot. Because of that, in this timeline or in this life, they don't want to get rich. They don't want to get money. And without putting any intention on it, without even acknowledging or being aware of it, they are rejecting money from coming to their lives. And this happened to so many humans. And I'm so looking forward to support people who are in situations like that. Tiana. Because everybody, and this is from this light language, everybody deserves to be rich. Everybody deserves to have happiness. No, money is not everything, but it's something that helps also. For as long as we continue using it in exchange for other things, it does support us, maybe buying a flight ticket, maybe getting maybe an accommodation somewhere, getting an instrument so that you can play the instrument. So we exchange more what we call money for something that might be helping in our work. And to me, like I shared before, with the tuning folks, I'm going to invest what we call money in something that I know that is going to bring a lot of good to others. So why is that is negative? That's not negative. And I am giving that money gladly to the person who made them. And if you can support local creators, small businesses, please do, because we need to help each other that way, more directly, more like if you recognize that a big company is already a big company and they have massive amount of money, and you can support others who are there giving all their energy to create new things, new ideas, and new stuff, and bring goods to you, please support these people also fairly. Do not try to take advantage of them just because they are a small business. Don't try to take advantage of them, because you don't do that in a supermarket, do you? So don't do it with the small businesses. Value what you are receiving and give that with love, because love will come back to you for sure. for sure. Tiene kahini aku maas ane shuma anakita intayo baine. Homa tu saitine kakuoka. Oma ne nakune na oma taye. Shana kumata yoma ishaka oma. Chene chacha oma chena kumaye. Chene ka oma e nawaya nata oma e tana ome. Ene ni oma e kawatai na woman. Sana o na e na oma e na oche na oma e ne ta omanan. Shakanan tianan kumanan isinianan tumesianaman. Omanene akianan inianan kuanan konianan. So thank you very much, Luis, for helping me in helping you, and the other way around. Thank you, Melissa, for helping me in helping you, and the other way around. Yeah, let's keep doing that. Let's keep doing this every time we can. And let me check the calendar because I'm not sure about how many Thursdays this month has and how many Fridays. So yeah, we have one more Thursday. So on the 24th, I will be here. Melissa might be here also. Luis, let's see if we are here or not. That is something that we know as we go on with every single day. So I will announce this in a flyer on the 21st, on Monday. And yeah, so if you want to join us, we'll be happy to do everything we can do for you and receive everything that you can bring for us. We'll be allowing that circuitry exchange, divine circuitry exchange, to flow. And that's what we do. Take care, brothers and sisters, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful week, wonderful weekend, and see you on Thursday. And I might see you tomorrow, Luis, if you are around in the Spanish and Portuguese.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night and good day for you, Luis. Good evening.
Tuana tush inetikti nikua tineta kuana.